Hey Randy, I want to show you this through video because you can see it actually work. This is the early system. This was actually this pedal right here. It mounts in the floor through this main stud, and that's it. Just so you have to drill a hole, and it goes to the left side. You can pick your spot, and you could, oops, that's upside down. It's a pedal, right? Okay, so it goes like this. Single hose going to the fitting on the back of this rubber diaphragm. This one doesn't have any cracks in it. I didn't clean it all the way. You can treat it with like linseed oil. I do see these diaphragms. I didn't find them in aftermarket or reproduction, but I've seen them on websites, and I'm pretty sure somebody repros them, but this one is in pretty good shape. And but every once in a while they come up. If it was me, I'd get a spare one, but this is just this was for a vacuum wiper system, and so it's one of the early ones. This bag is not the first generation, but it draws out of the top through the cap, and I saw this on Eckler's, Max, whatever it was. They sell some of the hardware, but it does add up. And when it came to the pedal assembly, or I asked somebody, I called in there, they wanted $299. I'm thinking that must be a later one with the electrics involved. This is an extremely simple system. It's fully mechanical. So you got the pedal, the diaphragm, one hose going to the bottom side there, then that's the in. Let's see, how would that go? Anyway, that's where you're pressurizing that with the diaphragm. Then it comes out here through the top one, goes down here, goes to a simple T right there, splits off, and then goes to these jets. And I can tell from the purple paint, out of all the years, there was only one purple Falcon I parted out, and it was the one that I used to have on the webs, or the interstate ad, and it was a 63 Sprint convertible wrecking yard refugee. So they're both purple, so I know they're not left-right specific. So I always like to answer all those questions, but I'm going to try to do this with one hand right here, squeezing it. I tested it out. Everything works here. And then there is, I'll show you in a second here, but watch the nozzles right here. I don't know if you can see that. They're both working great. It's fully mechanical. No electrics, no fuses, no nothing. And that bag is pretty supple still. The bag that they sell for 40 bucks as a repro, it says C clear. That's an early 60s repro of an early 60s bag, but it has a nozzle down here. You could probably, I'm not sure how all that works, to tell you the truth. This is the one I'm used to right here. I think it's really neat. It's got a crimped on cap. I mean, this is nostalgic. The only thing that would wear would be the bag. And if you ever did go back, let's say you wanted to get a new bag, you could put a cap on the thing down here and just use this style cap. Anyway, like I said, once again, I'll squeeze the diaphragm, or I'll push the pedal with my hand. Works great. And I'll show you what the bracket looks like. You know, I didn't detail this stuff. I soaked the bag in hot soapy water. You know, and it's 57 years old, give or take. So, but for all of them, sometimes they get pretty brittle. This one's actually, anyway, there's the bracket. So this whole setup is what I'm pitching at you. And if you could get back to me, I'd appreciate it, because like I said, I got a special deal for you if you can move on this right away. I've got a deadline myself. Okay, and I'm gonna send you a link to this video in a second here through text.